You have questions about real estate investing. We have answers. That's what we're doing today. I posted on my Instagram, what questions do you guys have about real estate investing? And that's what we're going to answer. I have my chief operator here and head broker of the Stephan Group Real Estate Brokerage, my wife, Andrea. I'm 27 together. We own 258 rental properties. We manage those properties and we own a real estate brokerage. And today we're answering your questions because this channel is to help you get into real estate, whether you're trying to buy your first home, whether you're trying to buy a duplex as an investment, or whether you're trying to buy apartment buildings like we do. We're here to help you. So let's just get right to it here. If you don't live in Michigan, how far would you consider traveling to invest? We're going to have to expand out of Michigan sooner or later.
Yeah.
I'd say we'd stick in the Midwest to start.
Yeah, I think we'd stick in the Midwest since that's where we're the most comfortable. And we also know some brokers that go other states in the Midwest, maybe like Ohio, Kentucky.
I think we'd stay in the Midwest. They should start in their backyard, though.
Yeah, absolutely. And I think too, like in Michigan, we don't really have natural disasters, knock on wood. So one, it's hard enough to get insurance in Michigan, let alone a state where there's several natural disasters.
Next question, when owning rental properties, do you have to have a license? So you're a licensed real estate agent and broker.
So no, you don't have to have a real estate license. You can buy a property as an investment, but you don't have to have a license to do that. As long as you own, you can manage it.
Which leads to our next question. Do you need to manage your own rental properties? Yes. Listen, we did third-party management in the beginning. We had 87 units. We were doing so poorly. It's not profitable, buddy. I'm looking at the numbers. It is not profitable because anytime we make money, then they charge us 20 grand for this and that. Fortunately, we invested into a mastermind. We sat there and learned about operations. You spearheaded a management company. Our management company was you. Now we have 3 full-time managers plus you. It is very difficult to make it work with a property manager because no one's going to protect your money the way you protect your money. Operations is everything, whether it's a 2-unit or a 200-unit. Real estate is a business. It's like buying a string of Subway franchises. Are you going to buy 5 Subways and just hand it to a manager? Next question, how do I get good at underwriting deals? Do I need an expensive software? Number one, you do not need an expensive software. Our portfolio value today is about 40 million. The first thing I do is back of the napkin math. All you do for a multifamily deal, you take the gross income, say it's $100,000, multiply by 0.5. So my NOI is $50,000. NOI divided by the cap rate, let's just say it's a 6% cap rate divided by 0.06. That building's worth $833,000. Very simple level. You have to be able to do back of the napkin math with that. Now, let's say that NOI checked out, now I'll look deeper into it and I'll formally underwrite it. I use Google Excel. You can buy these like hundreds of dollars of analyzers. They overcomplicate the stuff.
Yeah.
Best thing I could do as a new college grad working 9 to 5 to get in the game. New college grad. First thing I'm gonna say, how much money you're making.
Yeah, I think it would be just more like learning about it and also to like where are you living as a new college grad. First time home buyers, I've helped them house hack.
What is house hacking?
So house hacking would be if you buy like a duplex, a 3-unit, a 4-unit, and you live in one of the units and then you rent out the others. Now you might not specifically cash flow, but like my last client, he was paying $2,000 a month in rent. He bought a duplex in a really nice city in Metro Detroit, and now he's paying $200 a month. So
Crazy.
Now he owns the property.
Skills pay the bills. Focus on earned income first. 3 rules of money. Learn how to earn money. Gotta learn how to protect money. Then you can learn how to multiply money. When I was 23, I was just focused on earning money. The challenge is though, as you make more money, you gotta protect it. When I was at Lifetime Fitness, I went from broke college kid to my first year, I made $90,000, but I saved money. And then when we started our business, it started taking off. We lived so below our means.
Yeah.
At the house in Wixom, I paid $300 for it. We were making $150,000 a month. Our mortgage was $2,000, less than $2,000. I mean, we could have upgraded to a $5 million house, but we stayed in a $300,000 house because then that was the seed money to go buy 12 rental properties in like 6 months. And that started our business in 2020. So I love that you're thinking about multiplying money, but focus on skills pay the bills, develop a skill set, earned income first, protect your money, live on less than you make, then multiply money. What would you say is the hardest part about starting?
I think I'll relate it back to some of my clients that started getting investing in real estate. There's so much information out there and it's more like what fits you. So a lot of them come to me and they'll say like, I want Section 8 high cash flow, also to just like learning about it, because then it's like, what does that come with? So I think just like educating yourselves, if you're going to be investing out of state, if you're going to be investing in your backyard, just make sure you know about the area.
I love that. Start with education. Education creates awareness, and awareness precedes change. Every business we've built that's been successful started with education. When you buy a 5+ unit, what is the down payment? This is a great question because this has changed recently. When we started, it was 20%. Down payments are correlated with interest rates because you have to meet a debt service coverage ratio. So the more expensive debt is, the more you will have to put down on a deal to ensure it cash flows. There's a finite supply of real estate. There are more people who want to own a home, so it's hard to buy.
So single family depends. If you're a first time home buyer, there's so many different loan products. So you can even put as low as 1% down. But I would say like 5 to 20%. If you're an investor, 25%.
You've done 5 cash out refinances. When you refinance, how much equity is left in the property? It's all tied to interest rates. When we first started, when we did our first cash out refinance on that 7-unit apartment, we were able to leave 25% equity in the deal. More recently, we've had to leave 30% equity in the deal. Still enough, we've done 500% cash out refinances, so we've been able to get 100% of our down payment out of the deal. But still, you have to leave more equity in the deal. This is where I see a lot of people get confused. I would say comfortably, you're going to leave 25 to 30% equity. Real estate is not designed to be over leveraged because then someone's got to pay the bills.
You just want to have like a good cushion for things like that. You always need to have reserves.
Valid. Advice on Section 8.
I mean, again, it goes both ways. It's experience. You run every tenant the same. You run their background, you run their income, same scenario as any other tenant. So I don't think having a Section 8 tenant is any better than having a regular tenant without Section 8 funding. We've run into then can't get a hold of anybody at Section 8 and you have to get your renewal.
Voucher.
You're dealing with a government funded program. So the other thing is they come in every year and do an inspection. So then if your property is not to code, then they can take funding away.
Government money comes with government strings. How many rentals do you need to justify a property manager? We had 87 and then Andrea took over. So let's assume husband and wife, partners, they cannot do what you did. They cannot step in and manage themselves. How many total units before you have enough income to support a property manager?
Well, it kind of depends on how much income you're bringing in, but I think one way to kind of go around this, you can't do it full time, but you don't want to go all the way to hiring a full-time property manager. Find a good handyman that you can pay maybe a small salary to or just buy the job and then get a leasing manager.
How many total units?
Looking back to where we were, I think maybe if we were at like 20, so you're just paying when it's vacant.
When it's vacant.
Hopefully you're keeping them there, you're keeping them happy, you don't have massive vacancy.
Focus on the renewals, keep the heads in the beds. Why do you waste time with social media if you own all this real estate? It's a real question someone asked. It's not a waste of time because if people don't know you, they can't flow you. And the more hands you shake, the more money you make. We create content for 2 reasons. Number one, to help. Because not everyone can afford to work in my mentorship program. Not everyone can go afford to buy a deal, but they want to learn. It's law of reciprocity. We give to help and support. And number 2, this is marketing. If you have a business, you could have the greatest business in the world, but if no one knows who you are, doesn't matter. The best product does not win. The best marketed product wins. If you have a business and you're not using social media, you're selfish. The whole goal of life is to give and to grow. So we grow more the more we want to give and help others. And this is the best marketing tool for your business. In today's market, are you looking for heavy cash flow or value add spaces? Ooh.
I don't think we've ever really been focused on the heavy cash flow.
Nope. There's got to be cash flow to do a deal. A credit union will not finance a deal without cash flow. We buy value add deals. We run the BRRRR strategy. We want to buy it right. I want to buy a business that's undervalued so I can come in and fix the problem, solve the problems. We can run it better. We can operate it better. We rent it up. We increase the value. That's where the money is made. Then we're able to refinance, take our money out of the deal, get all of our money back, keep this asset and repeat the process. So you can't just myopically focus on what is this business doing today. I look at where can it be a year from now, 2 years from now, 5 years from now. There's got to be some cash flow, but if you're looking to make the big money, you're buying a value add deal. Thought on DSC loan to buy between 6 and 20 units.
I mean, I think with that, again, it's just like your loan product. What do you want on a deal? Do you want cash flow right away? You can't just say like, I'm only going to do a DSCR loan. I'm only going to do a loan with a local credit union. You got to go out there and look at what's best for the deal and also too what they're going to lend on. I wouldn't get hooked on a loan product when you're 5+ units. So it's a completely different game than residential.
You have to have multiple options in on those types of deals.
Yeah, and that's why you want a broker.
How are you finding your deals?
We get a lot of deals sent to us from social media. And I look on the MLS. I still look on LoopNet. I mean, I've helped clients find investment properties on LoopNet. I've helped them find them on the MLS. They're out there. For my clients, I'm constantly looking. Same thing of how you get deals. You get them sent to you because they know you're buying. So I do that for my clients. clients as well.
Track record's everything. And again, people don't know you, they can't flow you. The first broker we worked with, connected with him on LinkedIn, had an in-person meeting. Then he sold me a 56 unit that last sold in 1993, 30 years. That product was unavailable. He sold it to me. Then I have a track record. Then I was able to get the 100 unit and then the 42 unit. All were off market. So back to people don't know you, they can't flow you. If you think you're just going to live in your little hovel and like get all these great opportunities, you got to get out there and shake some hands and kiss some babies. Your network is your net worth in this game, and brokers control the deals. And don't crap on LoopNet. There are options out there. There are viable things on there. Or at the very least, there's a broker who's transacting who then might have something. What are your businesses? So we own 3 businesses. We own a real estate portfolio and management company. I own a coaching consulting company. We co-own Stephan Group Real Estate Brokers. We own everything together. My business is like my focus. Your business is your focus. But it all started with my telehealth business.
Yeah, that's one thing I just love helping people with, is the buying and selling process.
Former school teacher turned mogul. So guys, hey, real quick before we get to the last couple questions, if you've been enjoying this content, let me know. Leave a question below. If you have a question about real estate investing, drop in the comment section. Also too, make sure you grab my free resource. I have a free masterclass you can get for absolutely free. I go into big depth with this. Link in the description. I have my book that sells for $19 on Amazon. You can get a digital download for absolutely free. Our due diligence checklist. We bought over 258 units of multifamily real estate. I give you my free due diligence checklist, everything I look for when I'm under contract, for free. If you're looking for one-on-one coaching, support, and mentorship, fill out that link below. From time to time, I do coach people one-on-one, and we can help you with the Stephan Group Real Estate Brokerage. If you're looking to buy, sell, or invest in Michigan, click that link below. Let's get back to the last couple of questions. What is your profit per year from your rentals? Profit, cash, money.
I mean, we have P&Ls, we have all of our statements, but again, we look at that as our investment. So we're not tracking it as like, we made an extra $10,000 this month, so now we have $10,000 this month to spend on us on a trip or something like that. It just goes back into the business. A piece of advice we got: the first like 3 to 5 years, you want to just focus on it going back into the business. Since we self-manage, I think we've been able to get there quicker. So like a good handful of our deals, we're like, do we still own those? Because we fixed all the major problems. Even the 100 unit we just bought, I mean, we don't really get anything there because the first 3-4 months we fixed all the major issues. That's why we kind of don't really like look at that money at this point in our investment career.
Real estate is a way to get very, very wealthy very slowly. The message I've always preached to you guys is build yourself, build your earned income, build your businesses, put more effort into your business or your skill set or your W-2, live below your means, take your earned income to buy assets that produce cash flow like real estate. Do not quit your job to buy a duplex, 8 duplexes, even a 20 unit. The cash flow comes in, you sleep so much better at night knowing that cash flow just sits in reserve, or you can reinvest it into the property. Because that's a question people ask. How do you birth these deals? We take the cash flow and we reinvest it back into the property, because I run my business, my wife runs her business. We use that money to live off of. We have other investments, but then this real estate portfolio, that cash flow just keeps churning. So I think last year it was over 6 figures, like profit. We don't even view that as we're going to take that and live off of that, because we know 8 roofs could go tomorrow and there goes your 200 G's or your 100 G's or your 20 grand. That's where cash flow is so deceptive. You might make 20 grand in cash flow this month, but then you might have 20,000 in CapEx next month. So you're net zero.
Yeah, or a car hits your building.
Which we've had it too, because he was feeling sick at 3 a.m. and then he swerved into my building. Who had to front that before insurance reimbursed it? So there's your cash flow. So keep your main thing. Keep growing your earned income, man. If you're an entrepreneur, put more money into your business, grow your business, get more people to know who you are so they can flow you in what you're doing. Live below your means, put that into real estate. And then at the end of the year, if you look up like, wow, we made an extra 20 grand, you want to take it and go do a trip, great, do that. Just keep the main thing. Understand real estate is a capital intensive thing, and know what you're after. Are you after solely for cash flow? Then you're a different strategy than you and I are, to where we want to buy a value add multifamily, get a massive tax deduction year one because of depreciation, be able to refinance and get all of our money out tax free. Because why is it tax free? Because it's debt. And then if there's a little bit of cash flow, the bank wants to see cash flow, you show a little bit so everyone's happy, and then that's that. So that was our Q&A video. If you have any other questions, feel free to drop them below, and we'll do these from time to time. So make sure when I post on my Instagram, you follow us on Instagram, drop a question there. Make sure you grab all those free resources in the link in the description there. If there's ever anything we can do to help you, don't hesitate to reach out. You need coaching and mentorship. If you're looking for a real estate agent or broker, don't hesitate to reach out. Till next time, we'll talk soon. Thanks.